Okay, we're back. We're not quite giving up yet. Why? Well, I don't really have an answer to that, but we're not. We're going to keep moving forward with this team. The AHL team moves on to the conference finals where they play another fellow 58-win team, so that'll probably be fun. We're not giving up. We've learned in older Draft to Glory series that sometimes it's worth just going through the pain over and over again. We'll see if it's ultimately worth it. But to show you a look at the point totals here, I mean, obviously, there were some players that were incredibly disappointing. And I really do wonder at this point, in theory, should we have 2 or 3 seasons ago, which would have been tough to do because we had made the conference final not all that long afterwards, or before that, as the AHL team is going to make it all the way to the Calder Cup final and lose to the Henderson Silver Knights as the Vegas organization pulls off the double and wins both. Should we, have turned down, torn down, easy for me to say. I was distracted as the dog was staring at me. Anyway, should we have, torn this team down pretty much from top to bottom and tried to get better draft picks? But then, of course, in theory, better draft picks might not have been there, so it didn't make sense to do. It's pretty much been that perfect storm of garbage. just garbage. Morgan Riley won the Jack Adams. How do you like that? Morgan Riley wins the Jack Adams. All right. Well, it would have been nice had the Burnaby team won the Calder Cup. That is okay. Let's get to this draft. And I really can't help but think that this upcoming season, we just go back to playing guys who have very low, even if they have very low overalls, if they have potential, play them and just see what happens. As Jack Eichel, Jesus. One hell of a career there. Matt Barzal, PLD. Defenseman Ryan Merkley hit over 1,000 points in his career, which isn't surprising. Of course, he's a cheat code with the A's default rosters. And Catahat also retires with some pretty low save percentages. A career 906. All right. It's weird how the scoring happens to work. Maybe that is the one thing that would help us out, is if we lowered the scoring. Obviously, that would affect everybody. But you lower the scoring, you get higher save percentages, more defensive games. We might have a shot. But I feel like a move like that would be met with some scrutiny from some, and then others wouldn't give a damn because they're like, screw it, do what you got to do to win, without completely breaking the rules of this series, such as trading for extra draft picks and stuff like that, which, again, wouldn't help anyway. I appreciate those who are like, oh yeah, just do that. But guys, you've seen it. Like, how many good draft picks have we actually missed out on? Not many. We've pretty much gotten everybody that we wanted. Problem is, they're just not that good. And Bernard Carpentier, we will not be picking up, of course. Oh boy, we have 2 more shots for someone projected in the first round. And okay. We don't have a single player projected in the first round. Yeah, I forgot. I didn't even look at the tags there. I mean, Glennie and Dubois. I was kind of hoping that one of these guys would have jumped up out of nowhere. That is not the case. Got another dude, Cristiano Bales. A low elite out of Halifax and Mason Gianna. Okay, well, we don't have a lack of options. It's just the question of the quality. Hello. Medium elite grinder. No active strengths right now, but maybe, just maybe, EA's kind of throwing us a bone here. I mean, there's quite a few players inside the top 100. Obviously, we're not going to be able to get everybody here, but we're looking okay, all things considered. So let's get to our first pick of the draft. It is 18th overall. Carpentier was, of course, a medium elite. Wasn't that high of an overall. There was a franchise-level player, so Goalie was a franchise-level player. So clearly here, we could look at Glennie or Dubois, but why would we do that? With the talent level that we know is there, we can't really afford to take either of these two. Like, they're both decent, but we know they're only a medium 9. They might be higher overalls, but clearly, our first 2 picks have to be Bales and Gianna. clearly. I mean, maybe Chuck Morrison, because he's a gem, but that makes me think he is absolutely a low top 4. I think if our first 3 picks are Gianna, Bales, and Crooks, we can look at this as a very good draft. So our first pick is going to be from the Cape Breton Eagles, Cristiano Bales. Projected inside the top 50. Has a great shooting category already. Everything else is at least okay. 3-year ETA with a Theo Fleury comparison. Let's pick up Cristiano Bales. And yeah, 62. He's not exactly out of place as a first-round pick. And we'll look back through the second round. Some decent players here, man. A lot of medium 4s and a lot of medium 6s. Tarnstrom, Hillen. I'm looking for familiar names. There's Dubois. At least I recognized him from somewhere. Yeah, Glennie. Not that great. We absolutely made the right choice. So the question now, is Gianna. And then the other guy's projected around 100. So Mason Gianna from the Halifax Mooseheads. Oh my God. That is an incredible player. He can't skate, but everything else is incredible. Because of that lack of skating, he's a 3-year ETA. We are absolutely picking up Mason Gianna. He's a 64 low elite. That is a tremendous pick. Very happy with this draft. 88 offensive awareness out of the gates. He had good defense, but he has 60 defensive awareness. And the skating, he has great acceleration. He just needs the speed. 85 aggressiveness. That is a very weird set of attributes. Incredibly bizarre. And that's kind of been the theme of NHL 21 so far. Is, man, some of these generated players are just bizarre. And we will finish off this trifecta by getting Gabrielle Crooks. I was going to say Cooks. Again, not that great, but is a medium elite. We'll hope for the best. A medium elite gem. There you go. 49 overall grinder. But overall, I mean, you look at those top 3 picks. This is already going to be one of our best drafts through the first 3 picks at any point in this series. So I am not complaining, and this might just be the breath of fresh air kind of for this team that we need. Question now is round 4 and beyond. Levesque's not available. Chicoutimi, Valdor, so Salvador Betts is there. Shawinigan, Victoriaville, Drummondville, Charlottetown there again. Sherbrooke, Rio Narenda, Moncton. Okay, so it's starting to drop, if not has outright dropped off a cliff. Castonguay is down in the 200s. Let me just look. Actually, I mean, again, for the most part, you pretty much know if you select somebody outside of the 200s that nothing's really going to happen. They're not going to be all that good. Cape Breton again with Dan Reed. Okay, well, I think, yeah, we have... Whoa, I just realized that's sorted by scout rank. I was wondering, like, what the hell's going on here? So after Castonguay, a couple of players on Moncton, Halifax, St. John. I think anybody outside the top 300 will probably avoid unless, I mean, again, I wish overagers were worth drafting, but they're just not. Like, they never really are. But what about, like, the 17-year-old options here that might actually not, might not have a good potential now, but might have a good potential in the future. There was only one. And then for the big boys, I mean, a couple of 6'5" options. Nobody, like, hilariously huge, like a Chara size. So let's call a timeout here because we have to. And let's take a look and try to figure out who we're going to draft next. All right, I'm going to quickly jump cut that. Left a window open. It was loud outside. So let's take a look here then at the pinned players. We need 4 players out of this list to be half decent. We might as well take a shot on Yves Castonguay because why the hell not? I mean, he's 19, but obviously the goaltending issue has been drastic for this team. William Weinrich will definitely take as well. So then 20-year-old Vince Lavin, I mean, probably not, or Lavine, I should say. Dalmont, another overager, probably not going to take you. I mean, Salvador Betts is a safe bet, haha. Robichaud, we don't know anything about him, but he had better point totals than Dalmont or Lavin, or Lavine. So maybe we'll look at him. Wojcicka, 6'5", not all that impressive. Dan Reed, I mean, only 27 points. And then Duke Fotinos, Yeah, not too much to say about you. Cameron Pietrangelo, not looking too good. Bill Kearns might have good physicality on defense, but ugh. So do we have 4 players? We have 5. Right. I don't really like Weinrich, but maybe. Okay, first player. Let's just take Salvador Betts. We know he's not going to be that good. 58 overall, sure. Why not? I mean, at least take someone who might have a chance at being a half-decent overall. Next up would be Fotinos. But from here, we're going to risk it. Let's go for Castonguay, the goalie. With this next pick, he is a medium backup, only a 60 overall. In the 6th round, let's go for Jean Robichaud, who at least has that decent point total. As an overager, he is a 58 low top 9. That's actually not that bad. In the 6th round, and in the 7th, just home run swing here, William Weinrich. Are you somehow going to be half decent? The answer is he's okay. 49 overall, medium bottom 6. So obviously, first round to 7th round, not the best draft in the world, but the first 3 rounds of the draft went incredibly well for us. We have to redo our scouting department, or our coaching staff, I should say, too. So here we go. The big question. Goaltending. And what we look to do. We have Morgan and Papineau signed. That's not going to change. We are going to bring back Nick Russia, because of course we are. So now we get 2 other goalies. These top 3 have failed us at every point. I'm going to give DeRoche an opportunity here. We're going to go ahead and sign him to his ELC, which means we're keeping 1 of these players. The only one that wants to sign is Geet. Honestly, it depends on what they're looking for. 1.3 for Penner. A super cheap contract for Geet. Honestly, Cousineau is looking for a very cheap contract as well. I'm going to bring back Cousineau as the highest rated option of them all. I think that makes the most sense. So, one Sylvain Geet, 7th round pick in 2028. He ended up being much better than I think anybody anticipated. But he has a career save percentage of an .898 in 96 games. We just can't bank on him, and we got to hope that Morgan or Papineau can end up being better. And then we also have Chris Penner, a 6th round pick. 9 years ago, again, 6th round pick, ends up better than you ever really would have thought. He's still got to be cut. So our 5 goalies, Cousineau, Morgan, Papineau, DeRoche, and then of course Russia, will be here as a safety net. The argument that could be made is signing Rafalski a season early, but I think we'll probably give Morgan and Papineau the shot at the NHL level. Defensively. Oh, God, defensively. What the hell are we going to do here? This has been the biggest issue in this series. The wallet. Let's go ahead, sign him up because he might still have some room to grow. Sauve. We're going to sign you. You're going to play this year, no doubt about that. This low 4 in LeChance will be signed. Let's go all the way down to the bottom here. Okay, we're already there. Celios is terrible. 2035 6th rounder. Cohen Celios, hate to say it, buddy, you're never going to make it, so we might as well drop you. The low 7th, Boudreau, we're not going to sign. Or Boudreau. Yves Renaud, we are going to sign you early. I might play you at the NHL level. Honestly, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we can afford to get rid of quite a few people here, actually. Gosselin, let's bring you back. Maybe. You're not really going to get better. Not really going to get better. You're just terrible. He can block shots. That's it, and has good offensive awareness. 4th round pick in 2031. Vincent Gosselin is going to be cut. Vandenbush will bring back because he's 23. Might still have a chance at getting better. And we'll save the defense for now. We'll go back forward-wise. I mean, Orr is 28, but he's obviously got to be signed. Let's go down to the bottom again here. I'm not afraid of kind of drastic turnover. Someone like Crooks I might actually play at the NHL level this year. Bales as well. Charles Noonan, I mean, he's a low 9 at a 63, 20 years old, third-round pick in 2035. We're going to go ahead and drop him, never sign him to that ELC. Fistrich, 67 overall at 22 years old. Same thing. No real identifiable attributes. He has decent skating. That's about it. We're going to go ahead and cut him. We also have Kraus, 23 years old, only a 68 at a low top 6. Second round pick in 2032. Caden Kraus is going to be cut. We will keep Angelides, Roy Angelides, 69 overall at 20 years old, medium top 9. Crazy productive season in the queue, which is what you want for an overager. So we'll go ahead and sign him. Let's go ahead and sign Brennan as well, 69 overall at 21 years old. Likens is going to be cut. 23 years old, only a 69 overall. 6th round pick in 2032. Francisco Likens is going to be cut. And then we get into some other questions. Boumedienne will be signed. Still has room to grow. Thomas is definitely going to be signed. Anybody else here who's not exactly a guarantee? Oh, Donovan Marquardt, one of our biggest disappointments. Cracknell. Did Cracknell drop from medium top 6 to low top 6? That's a heartbreaker if that's indeed what happened. Pretty sure it is. All right, let's sim forward today. The Wallet signs, DeRoche, Lachance, Renaud, Arussia, Boumedienne, Todd Thomas, Angelides. Is there anybody that's going to reject? Not a single player did. Cool. So again, goalie-wise, we have our 5. Defensively is where we still have to make a tough choice. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So technically, we're good in terms of defensemen. I mean, I think we signed one dude in Renaud that will probably be down in junior. Sauve if we don't play him at the NHL level. So I can keep like 2 of these guys. And it's fairly obvious we should just keep Belmar and Sauve. Like, they haven't been a great fit for the team, but they're the higher overalls. So another very disappointing player for us, Jacob De Silva, is going to be let go of. Decent defensively, okay physically, but offensively, it's not there. So Jacob De Silva is going to be cut. And another incredibly disappointing player, Louis Deschamps, is also going to be cut. Second round pick in 2028. Goes the way of Sean Bates and others, where it's just like, yep, this is never going to work. So Belmar, let's just go ahead and feed you a little bit of extra money. And Sauve, who is now probably the second best Sauve in our organization, we'll go ahead and sign him. So then forward-wise, big questions. Big questions. So under contract right now, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nope. 11, 12. And then for the NHL, it's 1. Oh my God. 2, 3. Huckins is making $14 million. 4, 5, 6, 7. So we technically need at least 5 of these players to be signed. So Aiden Hannon might as well come back. I forgot Huckins was making $14 million. Jesus Christ. It's the worst contract in NHL history. We need 4 players out of this mix. Out of all of those expiring deals. So I hate to say it, but César Denis Papin. Great name to say. Second rounder in 2031. I just don't see it. He's not a great skater. The shooting's not good enough to justify putting him in an NHL spot. Denis Papin is gone. Laurent Delorier, someone who I was hoping would be able to develop. Might be worth keeping because he's got a decent shot. So he moves on to the next round. Loshing. I think he's gone. Can't pass, can't shoot, bad physicality. Our 2022 second round pick. Loshing is gone after over 1,000 games with the club. He's on his way out. Can't believe I'm saying it, but Mr. Loshing, R.I.P. Donovan Marquardt. Again, we know he's good defensively, but he can't skate, and he's a sniper. I'm going to take a screenshot of this, actually. This is my biggest justification for why somebody's player type should be based off the attributes and not just predetermined. Donovan Marcourt, second round pick in 2025. He's out after all this time. Cyrus Cogliano, we know, is an incredible playmaker, so he might be someone we hold on to. Again, if I'm not mistaken, we needed 4 people. So, in theory, 1, 2. We got to cut 2 other players. Pascal Duchesne, incredibly well-rounded. You got Guy Boucher, the Enigma, pretty well-rounded. LaPierre. I mean, obviously, these guys are going to be the ones you look at to keep. Let's sign them up. You know what? We might keep all 6 because our total number of contracts are down. I think we'll try to keep all 6 of these guys and really set up this roster as best we can. And again, it will still keep us with room. Somebody rejected, but that's fine. It'll still keep us with room to sign others, you know, like to their ELCs. So Duchesne wants a little bit more money, which is fine by me to keep him. Jarren Delorier, go ahead and pay him more money. And once they're signed, like I said, we'll take a look at who else is out there. That gets us to 17 million cap space. I think we've hit the floor. Let's double check the staff really quickly. This episode, I want to get to the preseason and figure stuff out. Zigomanis as a goalie coach, I definitely need to keep. Hopefully I can offer him enough money here. I might have to jump cut the whole staffing thing, especially if we lose this guy, if he doesn't accept 3.5. Simpson and Bergevin, I'm willing to let go for the moment. And scouts, I'll figure that out afterwards too. So it's just him to free agency. Perfect. No, it's not. Zigomanis wants to leave. Okay, wow. I will jump cut this. I will see you guys in the preseason, and we'll take a look at what this team looks like here. All right, we've arrived at the beginning of the preseason. The 2037-38 season is upon us, just to let you know. This is what the coaching department looks like right now. We brought in Armsden. We were able to get that ridiculously good goalie coach back as well. We still need an AHL goalie coach, but we're leaving that spot open so we can set up our team and then see who provides the best kind of chemistry fit here. Now, again, I am very tempted and actually will be signing Crooks, Gianna, and Bales a little bit early. And there's a chance we're going to sign them straight to this team. It depends on what the squad looks like otherwise and if it's even worth running with like the highest overall players. So the goalies this year, I don't hate the idea of starting with Cousineau and Morgan and just seeing what they can do. Defensively, Laflamme, Leroy, and then, yeah, you look at some of these overalls and it's like, okay, there is no point. Like, Sim still has some improvements to go. Sauve and Bellemare have dropped down. Camachi's dropped down. We might as well just go with the likes of Kilger, Stefan Sauve, Darby not so much, Vandenbush not so much, Oulet not so much, and LaChance. You could argue Renaud as well. But we might as well just go with the guys that have potential, you know, especially if the dudes in the lineup aren't really going to improve. So Sim as well. We're going to drop him and go with Renaud on defense. We're going to give that a shot. We're going to see what coach works the best with this particular defense. Again, goaltending-wise, we might as well just go with the best goalies we can. And if it's not working, we'll turn it over to the youth. And then forward-wise, I mean, obviously we can have a decent team if we just go off of the highest-rated forwards, but has that really not been working? So Moses still has room to improve. Cracknell still has room to improve. Cogliano doesn't. He's pretty much locked in. Obviously, like Duchesne and Boucher are veteran options, but if we were to run with Bear May, John Weber, Jarren Delorier, not so much. Todd Thomas. Like, if we just give these guys a chance, it's, you know, they might cap out at the overall that these players are currently at that I'm tempted to send down to get them onto the roster, but, I mean, we got to try something. But Median really hasn't improved at the AHL level. Chevery's not that bad. Maurice Durand. Of course, we've had some players go up drastically in terms of overall once they've been played at the NHL level. And honestly, I mean, if we take a step back for a season or two, I don't hate it. I guess the argument is, where would the cutoff be? And it probably should be with the 82 overalls, but God, Jaden Hines, despite that playmaking ability, is a tire fire in terms of offensive production. I mean, well, 30 points, I guess, is okay. He has 6 playoff points in 28 games, though. That doesn't help. So let's just see. In theory here, again, we have 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'd have to send down somebody anyway. So I suppose I'd have to base it off of the best potentials, which would probably mean, honestly, at his age, Boumedienne and Weber getting dropped. And again, Cracknell's only at a low 6. This is a tough call. I don't know what to do with Hines and Hannon. I mean, in theory, they really should be NHLers. You could argue this group of players here, including our captain, Cole Huckins, should probably be in the NHL, but it's just not working. Why not try to, jumpstart some of these other players? So like Gianna and Bales, I like the potentials there. Angelides is at a medium 9. I don't think we could prioritize medium 9s. But you look at like the low elites, the medium top 6. I think we'd have to send down Weber and probably Moses and Cracknell. So again, right here we have 9, 10, 11, and 12. I just want to see what this would look like. I do, because honestly, setting up the best overall team, has it worked for us year in and year out? No. Not that I want to actively tank. But right now the big question is, if that were to be the team, let's go take a look at the coaching staff and see who's the best fit. So Fragapani's a 64. We'll send him down to AHL goalie coach and bump up Papineau, who is a 60, so he's definitely not going to be our head coach. Lemaire is a 58, so he's definitely not going to be the head coach. Zigomanis, even though you're a goalie coach, 63. And in theory, I was wondering if having a goalie coach would help that much more. We have Armsden, who's a 62, is amazing with Hugo. Zajac, how good are you? 61. And Simpson is a 62. So I don't think we can necessarily go wrong. I mean, again, Lemaire wasn't great at a 58, but Armsden, Zajac, and Fragapani were all okay. I think we go with Armsden or Zajac as our head coach. It's a more offensive style there with Armsden, and Zajac, of course, plays a more balanced style. 61% for him. So I'm thinking we send Lemaire down to the AHL, have Armsden as an assistant, have Papineau as an assistant, because he's at least focused on defensive players, if that's even going to necessarily help, which it should. But Zajac, Papineau, Armsden. We have Zigomanis in goal. We can actually have Lemaire as the AHL head coach. And then, technically, Zigomanis is a goalie coach. Fragapani would turn to assistants. I mean, I think Fragapani did have the highest percentage, but it wasn't by much, was it? Yeah, it was 64. It doesn't work very well with Kilger. That extra 1% versus an A-plus coach, I think I'd rather take the A-plus coach. So I'm thinking that's what we run with. Let's just see what the line chemistry could be, if that is indeed how we set up this team. And defensively, it really wouldn't work defensively. It really wouldn't. We also have a shitload of OFDs out of this group. Right. Yeah, I don't know if I can get rid of that minus. All right. Well, if that's how rough the defense is going to be, then never mind. Let's go with Fragapane as our head coach. And maybe just not give a shit about having a defensive coach. Fragapane goes up to NHL head coach. You become the new associate. And let's see what the team would look like now. Again, we have to find the right combination here. We really do. All right, so that's at least all on even. Doesn't work out too well with the majority of players. Leroy and Renaud really work well together. But again, the problem right now is that we don't have a DFD. So we get a +1 there, but that would be a nightmare. I think just having all the ratings on even works. And, I mean, I would want Sauvé to work with Laflamme, but it's just not going to pan out. You could have Leroy and Sauvé. Just that Sauvé gets to play with someone of a higher rating. Honestly, I don't hate the idea of Kilger with Laflamme, Leroy, Sauvé, Lachance, and Renaud. I don't hate that, despite the lack of positives on the team. And I actually do have one forward too many. Which means I'd have to take out somebody I don't necessarily want to take out if I wanted to get that guy into the lineup. But it would probably be worth trying to get that late development from Boumedienne, but I really want Crooks in this lineup. I know he's an incredibly low overall, but it could really jumpstart something here. I mean, from the looks of it, we could get decent potential. Or a decent line chemistry, I should say. Bales at a 62. Medium top 6. I think would actually be the better shout to get rid of. Send him down. Keep Crooks. Go back to junior. Give Crooks the chance, because again, medium top 6 is pretty rough. And let's see. Crooks is a left wing. So in terms of the line chemistry, I could certainly get something decent going here. I'm not sure exactly what it would be. We'll leave it like this for now, obviously adjusting the forward core. I think we have to give it a shot, though. How much worse can this team possibly be? I know we were a playoff team last year, but how much worse can this team possibly be if we just try this? With a lot of the younger guys in the lineup, try to jumpstart that development and hope for the best. I think it's worth a shot. But let me know what you think. We're going to have at least one more season here with the Growlers. Who the hell knows how that's going to go?